Hey, welcome back to A-Aron Reacts, and we're back for another Pentatonix Christmas song, and we're doing the classic Little Drummer Boy. Now, for whatever reason, I thought I'd reacted to this, but I kind of went back and, looked at some of the older songs and so forth, and I'm pretty sure I haven't. Now, of course, if I have, I'll go ahead and stop this, and you just won't see it. And so here we go, Little Drummer Boy, Pentatonix. Fun. Wow, they're so young.
Come, they told me,
Beautiful.
a newborn king to see,
Our finest gifts we bring, to lay before the King.
Nice.
So to honor him, when we come.
So here we see that kind of sideways thing from her. And actually you can see a scar on her lip as they zoom in as well.
When we come.
little baby, I am a poor boy too,
I have no gift to bring, that's fit to give our King,
Shall I play for you? Merry night,
Oh, beautiful.
the ox and lamb kept time, I played my drum for him, I played my best for him,
then he smiled at me, me and my
See a bug flying by. Oh, what a beautiful fade. And yeah. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, I mean, there was absolutely nothing wrong with that. So please consider that with what I'm about to say. Like, seriously, that was just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I do want to add, though, that, you know, when I was doing the reaction I just did for Pentatonix that was recent from the Netflix film, was it Meet Me Next Year, I think is what it's called. And I was trying to put into words, you know, what is it that is different today about them versus back in the day? And there were a couple things I could come up with. And actually, I'm seeing it here. And so I think, you know, the more I actually try to, you know, put into words that progression, you know, I'm able to see it in the older stuff, right? And so that was my first attempt. So I imagine I'll be able to tell more as I think through that, right? But in this case, one of the things that I'd said is that in some of the older stuff, they often, you know, it was almost like required to go through each of the individual musicians and for them to get that moment. And you see that here. You see that. They each had to have their moment. And again, there's nothing wrong with that choice. And in fact, it was very Pentatonix back in the day. And in some songs, it's probably entirely appropriate. But in other ones, maybe not so much, right? So there's almost like a prerequisite. Not every song, of course, but they did it a lot in the early days, right? So that was one. Secondly, and I don't know if I commented on this other than just how tight they were and their arrangements were. But the arrangement for this, I think was good, but it kind of dragged on, right? A lot of the same thing over and over again. Now their voices came through and it was just purely beautiful. So again, it wasn't bad. And in fact, nobody else could do this, right? So it's not really a critique, it's a progression. My guess is if they look at this arrangement today, it being such a slow tempo and, you know, a lot of the same kind of repetition, they would probably change it up, even just ever so slightly to give it a little bit more refreshing sound, to keep it a little bit more entertaining, to add a little bit of diversity to it. And I think that it's some of that. I'd commented about it being more tight. I mean, I definitely don't feel like there's anything here where they're not in the pocket. They're not really, you know, completely on time or anything to that effect. So I'm not sure that that's necessarily true. Maybe it's partially the arrangement that made me feel like that. I'm not quite sure. We're still figuring out. But this, what an absolute privilege. I mean, they can do no wrong. I mean, really, they sound, you know, they're better than anybody here. So again, it's not a critique on, you know, them being poor. It's just every group should progress, and Pentatonix has continued to progress. Which is just fantastic. That's what you would hope and expect, right? Okay, I think I'll leave it at this. Be doing another couple probably, I think, you know, Christmas songs from them as we continue this, you know, kind of holiday journey. And let me just say, happy holidays, happy New Year to you, depending on when I deliver this and when you're around either way. And, you know, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so yet. Consider joining the channel. There's a join button. And we will see you in the next one. Thank you. Take care.